they all went.
I'm actually making a video about it. Yes.
Are you?
I sure am.
Well, what do you know? Can I ask?
Well, I've been biking.
I know, I see you all the time.
Yes. And I've been on this since what, 2018? And I think this is the very first time this encampment has ever been cleared up.
Really?
Yes, really, because
I've seen it for years.
I mean, it was a massive encampment. They had gasoline fuel generators.
Right. Oh yeah, they had the kitchen there.
Yes.
And they had a fire here not that
They
long.
even collected their own wood, and they were always very nice, always waving it to me. And I don't know if you saw over there by Sellwood Harbor. That's where about a quarter of them went.
Where? Sellwood.
Do you see that encampment over there?
Yeah, are they?
That's part of the encampment.
Right.
And then another part went to the underneath Grand Avenue Bridge. There's a part there. And you know, I mean, these people never bothered me. And I don't know why people are so gung-ho to get rid of them. Like instead of, because what the city does is they just tell them to move and then relocate, and then they do the same thing over and over again. And you know why they're doing this? Because Mayor Will is up for re-election next year, and he's been promising for the past 7 years that he would clean up the streets, and he hasn't done anything. And this is the first year that I've actually seen such a concentrated effort. Yeah, I mean, you remember how massive this place was? I mean, there were what, 10, maybe 15 tents? I mean, it was like a whole communal living.
And they were the same people. Like that's my something.
Yes.
And they were always nice. One guy offered to, I was riding a low tire, and he offered to pump up my tire for me.
Oh yeah, and they offered me water and everything. And, you know, so it's just gonna be very weird seeing this empty place, you know.
I saw one gal, you know, was only partially gone. Yeah.
Well, she moved over there, but
Well,
then
I saw another gal pushing, I think she had 2 big grocery carts, and she would walk down, you know, she was up in the neighborhood back here, I live back that way, and she would walk one full cart, like 2 or 3 blocks, and then go back and the other one, and bring it up, and I don't know where she was going, but she was working hard.
yes.
Yeah.
And I live downtown Portland,
Okay.
and I mean, it's similar too.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, but I mean, why can't the city actually find these people housing, assess them? Because I've actually spoken to a lot of people who live in tents, and they have full-time jobs, they have kids, they have pets, they just can't afford the rent.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so astronomical, and I don't know if you know this, but I actually went for governor last year against Tina Kotek.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I don't know your name. What's your name?
You are speaking to a famous gubernatorial loser.
Okay.
I lost to a dyke who could go take a hike, but now she's in Salem, squatting, using our money, $1 million to renovate the governor's mansion. But I ran on capping rent to 35% of people's income. I ran on expanding OHV to all Oregonians regardless of income or legal status. I ran on free state tuition, state debt forgiveness. I mean, I was a regular Joe running for governor. And even in my voter comment portrait, I said, I'd be the only governor in American history who would never, ever be caught sitting on his hands doing nothing, because he'd be too busy working for you. But my name is Michael Turnbull. I have a video on YouTube. You're going to check it out, Aspiration on Wheels. And I will definitely be running for city commissioner next year. And I want to implement a lot of things I ran as governor at the local level. And it'll be hard because at the state level, you have the power of the legislature, but a city council can only do so much. And of course, as you can see, the current commissioners, they're in
It's all going to change.
There's going to be 12 commissioners. They'll be district-based. So if I can get the student vote population, then I am in. Because I believe that housing is a human right, it is a human justice, it is not a luxury, a privilege. Everybody in America should have, yes. You know, I mean, the fact that we live in the richest country in the world, and I cannot tell you, what's your name? Eliza. I cannot tell you, Eliza, how many veterans are homeless in Portland. They fought in Iraq and Afghanistan, and you know how we were saying, you know, troops first, everything. The VA is, oh my God, I don't know what's worse, the VA or Wheeler. I mean, it's just breaks my heart, you know.
You think he's going to run again?
He's definitely running for the third term. It'll be him against maybe like $100 candidates, but he'll win.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
But what he doesn't know is when you're running for commission.
Yeah.
Because I'll be one commissioner who will never shake his dirty hand. Yes, but yes, as you can see, I'm an avid cyclist. This is my beautiful, my bike, my black Mamba.
You're always moving when I see you. So
Well, that is one of my favorite songs. I like to move it. I like to move it on my bike. And this is my 15th day. I'm already at 650 miles.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yes, and this is on top of the 706 miles I did before that one day it rained. Because I don't bike in the rain. I'm not a fair weather cyclist, but I don't like to bike in the rain.
Oh, I'm too afraid of slipping and falling.
Yes! And then of course, you know, the rain does damage on your brake pads, on your rims. I also don't like at nighttime either. You know. But yes, and so one thing that I would do as city commissioner is make, if there's a car parked in the bike lane, automatic towing, no questions asked, $500 fee the first time, $1,000 fee the second time, and it's doubled every time. We have got to protect and defend the sanctity of the bike lane. Because I don't know if you've heard, but bike is actually down in court.
No.
Yes. It's actually very disturbing, and one of the major reasons is because, you know, it's not safe. Of course, people love to blame the homeless. The homeless never bothered me. I mean, there are some encampments that kind of do get in the way, and they put their stuff on the outskirts, you know. But it's, I mean, we should just back around it. But at the end of the day, though, you know, in fact, it's very hard to bike, especially with construction, you know, and like the Saturday Portland market. Worst offenders. They will have cars parked in the Northwest NATO bike lane for 5, 6, 8 hours while they're there, only giving us like 10% of the bike lane.
I was actually going to bike down there this weekend because I haven't been in forever.
Oh, if you can avoid Northwest NATO, I would avoid it.
Yeah. Well,
now,
I usually stay on the bike path. You know, I don't go on the street that much. A little bit.
Well, no, they actually park in the bike lane.
But yeah, they made that special lane and they're parked.
Yes, and bike lanes are not these, you know, supplementary lanes that cars can use for our lane changing. Like, no, you know. Exactly, yes. Same thing with UPS trucks, Amazon trucks. A bike lane is for a bike, and a road is for a road.
I made it to Europe for the first time.
Oh, wow.
5 years ago.
Congrats. Well, I'm from Russia with love. Yes.
And I was in Aarhus, the second largest city in Denmark, and I've heard this from other people who've cycled in Europe, that they just, like, they don't have a whole raised section on the side of the road for bicycles, or they have some kind of a barrier, you know, so cars cannot park or drive. They can't get over there at all. They protect them.
Europe does it bike-tastically. Yes. They are on the bike-horrific lane.
You are a wordsmith, aren't you?
Well, I am a master debater of the vernacular. I'm not going to lie, yes. And I would love to shake your hand, Eliza, but as you can see, I'm a bit short-handed. For once, we can't blame COVID-19 or the do-nothing career politician in Salem who isn't helping the homeless.
But I'm going to go see if I can see those bald eagles that were putting on a show at Oaks Bottom.
Oh, yes.
They've
been getting quite an attraction.
Yes.
And then check out the video, Aspiration on Wheels. On wheels.
Aspiration on Wheels.
And tell everybody you know to vote for me, and better yet, tell them to open up the bucket books. Because I talked to a lot of people, and they said they would have voted for me had they never bought me. But when you're a small-time candidate, you know,
it's hard to get the word out.
Yes, I can't afford the media, so hopefully running at the local level will be a little bit better. But I'm worried that I'm going to be running against so many candidates because last year was an odd year election because it's the first year in 40 years there was not a former governor on the ballot or an incumbent. And so there were 15 people. I placed 5th out of 15 with 5,000 votes. And for my first run, well, because people actually read my voter pamphlet and actually was one of those crazy candidates who put my phone number there and my email. Yes, I didn't have a staff like Kotex who, you know, ignore people. I actually responded to every inquiry I got. And you'd be surprised how many Republicans reached out to me. I mean, I still took the call. I knew I'd never get their vote.
Right, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
I even went to LeGrand for a radio interview.
Ah,
Yeah.
great.
I know. I mean, I don't know how many votes I got from LeGrand, but
Yes.
they can't say that I didn't try to extend an olive branch.
Yeah.
Because the radio station interviewed me, they said they'd reach out to all of the candidates in the Democrat primary, and I was the only one to respond.
Wow.
And I was like, who would say no to free publicity?
Yeah. Yeah.
The only requirement was that the interview had to be done in LeGrand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was, you know, it was definitely a drive,
Yeah.
but it was still nice. I mean, between you and me, I would never live in the Grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why they call it the Grand, because it's not Grand at all.
Give a little tour of the state a little bit.
Yes, yes, I did. It was surprising how hilly the east side of Oregon is. Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay.
Hills.
Yes, yes, yes. I thought Portland was hilly. No. You know, that east side, it's all hills. And of course, it's all desert. It felt like I was back in New Arizona. And not a whole lot of greenery.
I've never been there.
Maybe that's why they're not happy. They don't have the green like we do.
Yeah. Well, I will check out Aspiration on
Yes,
Wheels.
absolutely. Message
Nice
me, subscribe to
chatting
the
with you.
channel,
Okay,
and
all
we
right.
can stay in touch.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because
All right. Well, good luck
elections
with
are.
your-
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a few pictures. Of
Yeah.
us. And then, and guess who can see me now for the first time? The blind. How did they miss my beautiful neon that looks like this?
There you go.
Mm.
Yeah. Very nice. I got a little bit of lime green on, and I don't have my lime green.
Oh, you
things
do.
out there.
Well, you do. Your petals are lime green.
My
Okay.
petals-
Or did they glow in
My
the dark?
lights will light up when I, yeah. So when I do Pedalpalooza, which I was crazy for last summer, you know, I don't bike at night, but with Pedalpalooza, I will because we've got, you know, lots of people around.
You do, but the problem is a lot of these people, this is the first time they've biked in months,
Yeah.
and it's a recipe for disaster.
But it goes all summer.
It does, yes.
So yeah, hopefully people.
The other thing I've noticed with the Pedalpalooza rides, they don't respect time at all. They say they're going to leave at a certain time,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and
you
then
can't
they leave
count
like an
that.
hour later.
Yeah, you gotta be ready. It's like, I learned that, okay.
I'm like, well, why even set a time?
Right, yeah.
You know?
I just have, it's just too much fun riding a group of people, ride at night and on streets that I've never ridden.
Oh, well,
you have all these
well,
people.
you should bike with me. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I actually slow traffic down. People take one look at me,
Yeah,
and then they take
and
a double
everybody-
look, and they're like, what the hell? And a lot of times they'll roll down
Stop
their
traffic,
windows,
yeah.
yes, they'll start asking questions. There are
Yeah.
people who've been following me as I'm biking,
I try to ask-
watching me, and they're like, how are you biking? I'm like, I don't know, how are you driving? Let's see where you're going. Hello? Like, I know you don't want to hit me, but you're going to hit somebody in front of you.
Gotta pay attention. to
And
what's
so
going
I
on.
actually do slow down traffic, which is quite nice.
All right.
So with me, you'll be safe, but full disclosure, if you fall, I won't be catching
You
you.
won't catch me.
I am so sorry, Liza. It's not personal. And then I even have clip-ons on my cleats.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. But yeah, if you're wondering, this silver thing is my brake, which I control with
that's
my
great.
knee.
Oh.
And then I've got the electronic shifter over here.
Oh my God.
Yes, yes,
Wow,
yes.
Very impressive.
Well, thank you, thank you. So message me on YouTube and maybe we can get together for a biker because I'm in Sellwood all the
I see
time.
you up and down here.
This is very true. I'm what you call a cycle addict. I'm one of those annoying nuisances you just can't bike away.
All right. Well, I'll see you again.
All right,
All
Liza. Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.
Uh-huh.
Take care. Be safe.
I will. Oh, somebody left there.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
that's
no, no,
yours.
that's there. That's actually,
yours.
I'm actually making a video. So you've been on mute the whole time. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, good. My butt's in it. Wonderful.
Oh, it's beautiful and sexy.